11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Jalen, what the fuck is going on here? No, it's not Groundhog's Day. It is not yesterday. It is today, Sunday, the night after AEW. Payback. But major news broke yesterday. We had to come back on today to discuss it. We were making jokes about it yesterday. We were laughing about it yesterday. But in the end, CM Punk fired by Tony Khan before the show, releasing a statement through the press, through TikTok, through whatever the fuck he did. I don't even know. We're in shock. The chats blew up. I didn't believe either one of you at first. I'm going to tell you that right now. I didn't believe either one of you. I was like, this is bullshit. There's no way. You guys are just fucking with me. And then I saw it myself. So let's just jump right into it. Bert, we'll start with you. What the fuck is going on?
I mean, we went on for 2 hours yesterday, and I think it was like 2 hours later, just popped up on my feed. It's like a statement from Tony Khan. I was like, what? And read it. It's like CM Punk, especially fired, like over the company. I was like, no freaking way. I'm still in shock because there's so many thoughts running through my head that it's just crazy. Like the fact that he actually. I mean, look, we make fun of Tony Khan a lot on the show, but the fact that he actually stepped up and decided to do this, it's pretty ballsy. I know. I mean, the timing could have been better. I mean, you have Collision last night, and then you have All Out tonight, and it's just like, last night it wasn't as bad. I actually watched all of Collision because I watched it after it aired, and it was a little rough in the beginning, but they were able to put on a decent show. But I have no idea what's going to happen tonight. Like I said, just see what you guys think. But I think there's a lot of factors that are going to be going off of this. So,
Dave, the best in the world is now the best on the unemployment line. What are you thinking of?
I gotta give Tony Khan one of these. Thank you. I said it in our chats. The man must have been watching. He's an avid listener to the Just Too Sweet show. Just so everyone out there knows, TK listens to us. And he heard us call him out. He heard us saying that, he has to do something about the situation, man up, grow some. And he did, finally. I'm not a big fan of everything he did afterwards, of how he handled it. I love that he fired him. We can talk about him coming out to the crowd in the United Center and everything else after that, but I'm shocked. I was just as shocked as you guys. I thought, okay, this is just going to be like another maybe slap on the wrist. He might come out today sort of deal, but I did not picture firing as much as it's deserved. I did not think he was getting fired.
Okay, now, the statement released first had some very, very interesting facts in it. Well, it was facts. What he said, it was pretty interesting. The most interesting part, we were just talking about it before we went on the air, is he feared for his life. Now, you think this is like him just exaggerating, or do you think Punk actually kind of threatened him or his livelihood, or I don't know, because the way the guy talks, you can't get a fucking read on him. He's like a zombie, this dude. Well, look, you think it was an actual threat to Tony Khan himself?
I mean, look, where none of us are. I think the only people that are gonna know are the only people that were in Gorilla when that happened. So until someone comes out and explains actually what happened, no one's gonna know.
Or the footage gets leaked.
Oh, of course. That's gonna be the next episode of Being the Elite. But I mean, like I said, we don't know. No one really knows. Like I said, the way that he framed that statement, I feel like something probably worse happened than what was reported. So I think Punk probably either, like I said, he was like I mentioned yesterday, he was already not in the best moods heading over there. So I think he was just triggered and just like probably said, we've all done it. When you're mad, you say something that you don't really mean, but you're mad. And it just kind of maybe really for the first time, because this is definitely not the first time that Punk has had an outrage against Khan.
No.
Definitely not. I guess this is the first time that Khan was like, you know what, this needs to stop. And he did what he had to do. I mean, and it wasn't even like, I'm looking at on it here, to the termination of his AEW contract, which with cause is ultimately my decision and mine alone. Ballsy. There's no not beating around the bush. He's not, that internal committee. That was just him. I feel like this was all him. Even though he did say, I had a third party investigator. It's like, no, you knew what you wanted to do. You did it. That's it. It was literally in 48 hours or like almost a week that this happened. So I don't think it was any type of committee that decided this. Like he said, he did it and he did it alone. So.
And what do you think about, like I said, we just talking about this too. He comes out in a pre-taped interview before Collision last night.
Very awkward.
Looking terrified. Like someone's like got a gun to their back. It looks like a hostage video from Iraq. It's like, dude, what are you so afraid of?
He looks like he's about to say like the worst thing in the world. It's like, guys, this is Tony Khan. For tonight's Collision, I have an important announcement. Like,
I'm expecting
he's scared.
Yeah, I'm expecting like aliens have just invaded, a volcano just fucking erupted underneath the arena, like something ridiculous. He looked terrified. So Mello, what do you think? Do you think there was like a physical threat or anything along those lines? I mean, we can't put it past Punk at this point. At this point, you can't.
No, we can't. And I think it has to have been just something so severe where maybe he made like a threat just in general out there, like, I'll effing kill you, something to that extent. There was obviously reports that Tony had like the monitors fall on him, so I don't know if that was also part of it. Punk just went all out. Like,
I mean, he mentioned that too in the statement that I actually really commend him for, because he put the safety of not just the wrestlers but the people that work, like the producers, the technical people, the assistants, all that, because obviously something happened like with that equipment stuff, that he felt that not only he was in danger, but he was putting everyone else's lives in danger for what was going on. And he really emphasized that in the statement he made live to the crowd last night.
It could be like what I'm thinking. Again, none of us were there. Maybe someone came to break it up and he swung at them too. Like where it wasn't just an altercation with Jack Perry, it could have been with other people that he was also just getting into a fight with. Where the first brawl that he had at All Out, Tony Khan wasn't there, so everything was just hearsay. Whatever someone said, whatever he was told. But now this was something that happened right in front of him. There's surveillance from the arena, from everything, because this was in Gorilla, so there's cameras there. It's not the locker room where you don't see what happens unless you're there.
Crazy.
I hope that fucking footage
gets leaked.
Hope that footage gets leaked so bad.
Wild.
And plus, in the statement, you have the statement right there, right? When he has it,
I have it here.
He said something along the lines of, he talked to like a committee of security and like a committee. Why was it the committee of lawyers?
Yeah, it says the termination follows a week-long internal investigation of an incident occurring backstage at AEW. Following the investigation, the AEW Discipline Committee met and later convened with outside legal counsel before making a unanimous recommendation to Khan that CM Punk be terminated with cause.
Who the fuck is he talking to?
So the internal committee is Kenny Omega, Matt and Hangman Adam Page. That's the Eternal Committee.
That's the only committee I could possibly even think of.
I mean, hey, come on, they're EVPs, right?
They have to be consulted, I'm sure. At least
It
part of them.
It was probably Christopher Daniels and
True, yeah.
Well,
But I'm sure they were around. I mean, everyone was there at All In, so they definitely.
well,
were around.
the Bucks went on right after the Punk match, so I'm assuming that they were close by at least, maybe not at the beginning of that.
I
But
mean,
towards
and
the end.
they're involved in other matches too, so they're definitely probably around. I mean, definitely everyone knows about this. It's not like no one in AEW knows about this. Like everyone knew what happened. Because there's reports too that like last night a lot of people went to Collision and didn't know that Punk was going to get fired or that was going to happen. But
it's got to leak. I really hope it leaks so bad.
I guess now what we're waiting for is Punk's response, because allegedly he is going to...
Apparently it's coming out today. Sports Illustrated just reported out a few hours ago that his response is juicy. Crazy.
Yeah.
Shit, maybe we should have waited to go on later.
That's okay.
We'll go on.
To that. We could do.
We're going on tomorrow. We're going 3 days in a row, baby.
Back to back. 3-peat, baby.
Back to back.
So now I've been reading all the Facebook, all the posts. You got the Punk purists saying, "Oh, look at Tony Khan, doesn't fire the Bucks and Kenny Omega for starting the fight with Punk the first time, but fires Punk as soon as he's defending himself against Jack Perry." Really? I mean, it's a year later, and I still believe that Punk started that shit. I don't believe for 1 second that, maybe not the verbal altercation, but it seems to me now, especially with this kind of thing, the physical altercation, definitely fucking Punk starting this fight.
Well, first time Punk started it with the whole press conference.
Yeah.
And then they go to talk to him about it, and then that's when everything happened. So
yeah,
it still was
apparently
him.
Yeah, apparently it was like he did the press conference after, walked off. Tony Khan was finishing up the press conference. He went back to his locker room with Ace Steel's wife, his dog, and MJF was in there too. Not probably talking with him, but just in the locker room, whatever. And then Omega and the Bucks knocked on his door to confront him, to say, "Hey, what the hell?" And then after a couple times of him not knocking, they broke in the door. Apparently, this is what's mainly reported. And they go in, confront him verbally, and then from there, it's kind of like a crapshoot. So some people say that Matt threw the first punch, and then people say that Punk threw the first punch. I mean, the only person that knows detail for detail is Ace Steel's wife and MJF. So this really the only people that were there when it happened. So MJF comes out and cuts a promo about it, we're not going to know.
I said maybe now they'll let loose about last year because he's gone anyway now, so fuck him. Maybe MJF will have cut a nice promo, and that would be hilarious.
Imagine Dynamite this week. Oh my god, he just opens the show and just says everything. Like, oh my god, crazy.
So, where does CM Punk go? Now people right away. He's going to show up on fucking Payback last night. He's going to show up here. He's going to be on Raw Monday. First of all,
at the airport.
Yeah, he may have a no compete clause for 3 months, 6 months, whatever that is.
No, I don't think he does.
No, okay.
I think it's
terminated.
If you get fired, yeah,
it's no. Right. He can show up wherever. He
Okay.
didn't get released. He got let go, contract.
Does he? Yeah, okay. Does he? Does he show up in the WWE in the next 6 weeks?
Well, Survivor Series is Chicago.
Yep.
Fucking kidding me?
Look, like I said, never. Like Vince said,
what are the odds?
Never say never.
Give me your odds on him actually showing up.
I mean, I think it's too early to tell right now because I feel like everything's happening so fast.
It could be a work.
40%. It could be a work too. You don't know. Imagine he comes out tonight and all out. You imagine?
Here's my problem with it being a work. The guy's being so fucking hated on right now, hated right now. Except for, of course, the purists who are defending him no matter what. I don't think there's a good that wouldn't be a good work to do.
Well, unless you the heel. He
Unless you
has.
want to be the most hated person, fucking. Because now that MJF is kind of switching up his gig a little bit, does he want to be the most hated person in the world? I don't know.
I
don't
think
know.
that would be his next best bet because but if you take him out of Chicago and what Canada, he gets booed everywhere he goes. No one really likes Punk right now. So why not just feed off of that if you're going to do it? Everywhere else is going to boo him. He's always going to get a pop in Chicago. So, hey, go with it. Make him your top heel now because he's not going to be your top babyface anymore.
One of my favorite things though that you posted before, Dave, was the comment when he was on commentary
Oh, the Jungle Boy one?
just a year ago. He's like,
You wouldn't hurt
anyone who's
Jungle
got a
Boy.
problem with Jungle Boy,
You were the problem.
you're the problem. Thank you, Punk. You just fucking
There you
told
go.
us exactly what the problem was.
There's been
Well-
so many of those, though. I sent you the Moxley one that he cut his best promo ever on Punk.
That was a good promo.
Yeah.
Like, hey, he didn't turn out to be what everyone thought he was going to be.
See, this is why I don't. The people who like I know Gil, you were kind of defending him yesterday and stuff, but with all this, I said not just what we don't know what happened, but like, with all this shit coming out from Moxley, that promo, if it stinks like shit and looks like shit, it's got to be shit. So, I mean,
Yeah.
look, I feel bad.
I mean, I'm not necessarily, not blaming Punk for any of it. I'm just saying that there's more to just him.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there is.
With
Yeah.
this, it's tough. I mean, like I said, this is a guy that was put in a position in WWE as the top guy for about 2 years, about 2 to 3 years. Got everything he wanted, had the best matches, had a really, really good work rate, cut the best promos, leaves because of a messed up situation in WWE, plus, personal stuff going on. Takes some time off, takes about 7 to 8 years off, comes to a new company. And it wasn't like, Punk was like, yeah, I'll see. Tony Khan, as soon as they started, like it's documented, it's been said that Tony Khan had wanted him way before he actually came to AEW. Like he had a hard on for him. So as soon as he started, he's like, oh, we got to bring this guy in. And then Cody Rhodes, he's not going to say it. He's never going to say it. But that I feel like that's the reason that he ultimately left was because CM Punk.
All right, here's another thing.
That's my
He left right in time too because he left right before that brawl.
Yep.
Yeah, but let me ask you guys another question. Bret Hart leaves back in the day. The next night, DX makes fun of him by bringing a midget out. When Bret Hart punched Vince, the fucking NWO had a celebration because he's a knockout kind of guy.
Yeah.
Do we get any kind of a celebration, or do the Bucks and fucking Kenny Omega come out to fucking celebrate?
Personality.
Do you see anything along those lines in AEW tonight or Wednesday?
I mean, if it does happen, then it's a work. If it does happen, because you're not going to acknowledge someone that doesn't work in the company anymore directly.
You might.
You're not trying to.
So the Montreal Screwjob was a work?
Oh no, that's not.
That's the ultimate. The Montreal Screwjob is the ultimate work. It's the greatest work.
That work was so good it ruined Bret Hart for the rest of his life.
Vince's eye. If you look at that interview, they put a lot of makeup before he did that interview. There's no way you get a black eye that bad.
Bret voluntarily ruined his entire life.
Exactly.
For that work. All right, I'll go with that then.
Yeah.
So you don't see Kenny and the Bucks making a statement. I mean, the only one I don't think Kenny and the Bucks would even do that. Excuse me, there's that food fly to my mouth. I don't think they would do that. I think if anyone, of course, it's going to be fucking MJF to run his mouth, and it would be the greatest thing ever. I'm sorry, but it would.
I see that they're probably going to do more jobs. Like they do like interviews. They might make allusions to the Punk situation. Yeah, stuff like that. But I don't think it's going to be direct insults because I feel like Khan is going to shut that down.
No Punk midget? At least you have Punk midget go out tonight. I missed you. Hey, I missed the midgets from the old days.
You never know. I mean, when Punk first left WWE, Stephanie McMahon took shots at him like right away.
Yeah. That's that's Stephanie.
I don't think the Bucks or any of the elite will do that. I think if there's one person that should do that, and I told you guys, it should be Jack Perry. He has nothing scheduled if I'm Tony Khan, bring him back tonight, have him show up, have him come out to
Can you
that
imagine the
music.
heat he'll get? Oh.
Yes,
Oof.
you want that. This is how Punk puts over Jack Perry. This
Exactly.
is how he puts him over. You have him come out with that, he's gonna be red hot.
Yep.
All
Sorry.
right, so now we said Tony Khan came out first with the pre-statement, looked like a hostage video. Comes out live before Collision last night, also like he was literally scared to death.
Yeah,
scared to. And why do you have a chair there? He's like, I'm gonna sit down while I let you boo me for 15. Like, what the fuck is he sitting down for? So can you imagine?
Vince wouldn't bring a chair.
That's what I'm saying. Can you imagine Vince like
Vince would have gone into the ring.
Anything he ever did and just say, "Oh, I'm sorry, pal. I'm sorry, I'm sorry I had to fire Bret Hart today, and he took my belt, and I should have let him take my belt at WCW." And no, this is why. And you feel like Tony Khan, you have all the money in the world, you will never beat the WWE because of the shit you pulled yesterday. And I said for the firing, thumbs up, double thumbs up from me. But the fact that you have the hostage video and then you begging these people in Chicago to forgive you, sitting down at the top of the ramp, why you will never beat the WWE. It's just a fact. Right?
This would have never happened. Like if this situation happened in WWE, it would have never gotten to this point.
No.
Where it's to the point where it's like, he can't work with anyone. Like at the first bit of it, Vince would have just acted right there.
Yeah.
It probably wouldn't have been Vince. What's funny? I know we're not the biggest fan of him, but Vince Russo, he tweeted earlier today,
bro,
that he said, bro. I don't know if he said bro, but he was like,
no, he
Tony
said bro.
Khan,
He for sure said bro.
Tony Khan needs to, like we talked about yesterday, he needs to have someone in talent relations that can basically do the dirty work, make the hard decisions. And he recommended someone like Eric Bischoff, who is not necessarily and historically is true. Eric Bischoff didn't necessarily want to be liked. He didn't necessarily. He did what he had to do. He said, "Hey, you're fired. This is this. Whatever. That's it." Or someone like JR, who was head of talent relations for WWE for years, and was definitely the guy that not only with talent respect, because a lot of the talent that work in AEW are definitely far younger than anyone that JR's worked with before. So they wouldn't necessarily fear him or not fear him, but not respect him. And if Tony Khan said, "Hey, I need you to go tell this guy that this is it," JR would gladly go over and be like, "Hey, this is the deal. This is what it is. I'm sorry." But he has experience with that. That's a problem. That's kind of the bigger thing. Like, yes, you got rid of Punk. He was in the wrong, definitely acted irresponsibly. But for this to not happen anymore, because I see a lot of people online too saying, "Oh, it's AEW is like the Friends company," right? Like everyone's your friend, so they can never be. Because think about it, it's like the EVPs, Kenny Omega, the Bucks, they're all like friendly with a lot of the guys, but do they know or can they separate friendship and business? That's kind of because at the end of the day, this is a business. You can work with your friends. I have friends that I've worked with before, and you have to know how to tote the line. And Tony Khan, he wants to be nice to everyone, but you can't be nice to everyone, especially in the wrestling business. Because the wrestling business is one of the hardest businesses and one of the most toughest businesses to be in and also to operate.
But I also see him. I don't think he has a spine. Also,
yeah, you can tell by that promo. Like he was just like, I don't know, like
he can't be smart. Is what it is.
I see him getting pushed around. Yeah, that's the problem too. Super fan. I mean, it would be like if we got our own company. We'd want to be fans. We'd be fans first. Like, holy shit, I'm going to tell this guy what to do tonight, and he's going to have to do it. This is my idea. Awesome. No, you still have to go out there and be a fucking professional. Hi, mate. What's up, brother? How are you? Yeah. I mean, it's I don't know.
Because look, this is not the first time this has happened. This outside of CM Punk and Hangman Page and the Elite, whatever. Andrade and what's his name? Sammy Guevara. Khan could have stepped in and handled that differently.
Mm-hmm.
Because basically what happened, that was kind of like a Punk thing. Sammy Guevara basically was talking shit, and Andrade was like, "Okay, well, back it up," and that's it, right? But nothing happened with that. Thunder Rosa and all this drama that's been going on with her, and Britt Baker, But the fact is, with that, compared to the other situations, they were able to compromise and do business after. Like, I don't like you. I don't like you personally, but for the sake of the business and professionality, we're going to work together.
Which I mean, think about it, for wrestling in 50 years, not everyone got along.
Exactly. Like that's what the thing is. Like, and also they're, like we mention all the time, they're leaving after this decision. They're leaving so much money on the table for what you already have. And like I said, if this is really the end, then it's unfortunate that, you know, Punk and also the Elite, because for the second time, there was another attempted, you know, seating at the table to squash everything and to do business.
That's the other part I was going to bring up.
At the last minute, the Elite said no, and look what happened. So it's just like, I'm sure Punk is like, you know what, whatever happens, I don't care, because the second time I'm trying to extend the olive branch and do business. Because you don't think Punk has worked with people that he didn't like personally?
Yeah, everybody in WWE.
Everyone he worked with, he you know, he worked with everyone, regardless if he liked them or not. You know, so it's like the fact that, you know, for the second time, he extended the olive branch to say, hey, let's sit down, let's talk like men and squash it out and do business, because there's a big business potential opportunity here.
Well, Dave, we talked about that a couple weeks ago. If Matt Hardy and Edge could have a match, anybody can have a fucking match.
Nope.
And not actually kill each other in real life.
Yeah.
I mean, Eric Bischoff and Ric Flair. Ric Flair fucking hated him. Didn't and he could have killed him. He didn't kill him in the ring. He knew what he had to do for business. So, I mean, Macho Man was not liked by a lot of people. Andre the Giant fucking hated him. And thank God he didn't kill him, because he could have very easily killed him if he wanted to. So, but yeah, that's the other part I was going to bring up. Supposedly there's supposed to be a sit down, the Elite on one side, Punk on the other. They're going to sit down at a table, have a conversation to squash shit. And yeah, it just never got done because the Elite's getting blamed now, saying that they backed out. Dave, are you buying it?
I mean, I'm sure, but we don't know what the Elite had planned. And also, maybe they don't want to waste their time with Punk. Maybe they're like, you know what? Let him be over there. He's on his own show. We don't need to squash anything right now. It hasn't even been a year. It's about to be a year. You know, maybe they're just not ready to open up that can of worms, because you just don't know with Punk. And obviously we don't. We thought everything was good. It was going to be squashed. He came out with Sports Illustrated saying, you know, all this nonsense about being different and everything, that everything's going to be cool now. And it wasn't. So you just don't know with him.
I want to hear it. Final odds. CM Punk shows up in WWE within a year. I'll even say a year.
I'll say there's like a 30% chance. So like I said, never say never.
Oof, I don't. Man, the thing is that there's so many good things, because you have also, was it Seth? Was it back at Mania he was like, oh, he's a Phil to stay over there.
Yeah.
But that could also be like, it's my character. I'm trolling, you know.
That's why. But it could also be like, he comes in and boom, right there he confronts Seth. Like,
maybe Vince wants to have inject the WWE with another injection of poison. And he's me and CM Punk. He brings him in. We don't know.
That would be the ultimate poison to inject to your company for sure.
Crazier things have happened.
I'm going to say 15%. I just think he's burned too many bridges. I think you can't never say never, especially considering there's a Hall of Fame and they run the Hall of Fame. That he can come back just for that alone and do a little thing. Yeah. Full-time wrestler, 15%.
I think if he shows up,
I don't think he would be full-time anyway. He could probably be part-time too.
Well, you know what I mean, though. I don't think he's going to do like a full, like I don't know. I don't even know. I can't even see that.
I don't think his body can take the work anymore.
No, because he has been
hurt too much. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking out of two different spectrums, because I think
Impact Bound for Glory is going to be in Chicago at the Cicerone Center this year.
I think if WWE really saw AEW as a threat last weekend with Wembley, then they would bring Punk back as soon as possible. 1 second, guys.
Dog got to go out. Dog got to go outside.
Dog outside. That's what I did earlier.
Yeah. I don't see the same thing with as much as I would love to see MJF go to the WWE. He doesn't fit. Like he's not gonna fit, and they're not gonna let him be him. So I would rather him stay
I
where
don't know
he.
about that.
I'd rather
I
see
think-
him where he could, let him run his shit.
But I think for him, I think ultimately next year when his contract does come up, I think he does make the leap.
Who?
Because I think for him, MJF,
Oh.
I think him professionally, in terms of his career, I think that's definitely something he would want to do. And he's talked about it, like he loves.
But
Triple
are
H.
they gonna let him be him?
I think Tim said no. I say yes, because I feel like WWE now, especially like last night and with the way that they've been booking things recently, with the sale with Endeavor being finalized at the end of this year, I think going into next year they're going to be less PG and there's going to be more kind of like how it used to be, a little more free reign, not necessarily as everything has to be like carefully looked over before you say it. And I feel like MJF, it wouldn't be the first time that someone comes in from another company that literally has the same character that they had outside of the company. Like AJ Styles, he came in and he wasn't necessarily changed from what he was before.
Yeah, but he's not a dick. MJF's a dick.
No, but MJF, he's also smart. He knows how to play the game.
Like I guess what Tim's alluding to is like at like your accesses or meet and greets. Are they gonna let MJF still throw like autographs at fans and call them like fat pieces of lard?
Your dad should have used a condom, that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, make a wish.
it's McGee. My make a wish is for MJF to
To
insult.
berate me, please. My deathbed.
Yeah. Hey, that's why
died sooner.
I told my kids if we go meet MJF, he's gonna fucking probably yell at you and make fun of you. So you just gotta suck it up and not take it personally.
Well, in that regard, probably not. He's probably gonna have to tone it back a lot. But definitely in terms of in-ring, I feel like he's gonna be more authentic.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah.
So let's wait for Punk's statement to come out. We'll get back to that on another day. But there was a pay-per-view last night. You might as well talk about it now.
Pretty good.
I was gonna say, Dave, first of all, give me your grade. What you like, what you didn't like. I tell you right now, Judgment Day was, because of the poster. Gil, you missed that part though. We said, look, the poster is purple and black, like the Judgment Day. They're gonna have a good night tonight. They gave it away on the fucking poster.
But
we were right.
That poster came out like a month ago.
Yeah,
you knew
but
it was
still.
gonna happen.
I was like, here we go. We're gonna have a good night tonight. I was very upset that Priest didn't cash in. It was the perfect opportunity to cash in, so I wasn't happy with that. But Dave, overall grade, what you liked, what you didn't like.
Overall, I would say it's a C show, very forgettable. Besides, I guess the Judgment Day, and I guess the opening match. I thought Becky and Trish did a phenomenal job. Trish took a freaking beating. She was battered and bruised all over her arms, her forehead. I think my favorite thing though was the boss had posted it up, I think, on our chat when she's coming to the ring and they're like, "Oh, you're gonna get beat by Becky," and she just goes up to the guy and he's like, "Shut the fuck up." Thank you, Trish, for that, because that was amazing. And I mean, it seems like this might be her maybe her final match, the way everything ended.
Yeah.
And she got her ass beat twice.
Yep. So I overall, like I said, C show, very forgettable, probably the worst of the year that I can have on the top of my head. And Shinsuke, I don't understand. My man doesn't get any love.
No love.
At least I didn't cash in on him either.
And he came out with the fire, like the entrance thing. I thought the anime thing. I thought that was so dope.
Yeah, that was really cool.
I was like, bro, he's got to win.
And he came out second. I was like, why is he coming out second? That's a little weird.
Yeah.
So I thought he had a shot. I did. But why I was telling, I was like, listen, Seth wins, Damian Priest is going to cash in, and then they're going to have every fucking title. It just made sense to me last night that he would have cashed in. He didn't. I guess they were out celebrating, doing something, because I don't know. It didn't make any sense to me. Gil, what about you? Overall grade, what you like, what you didn't like?
I definitely do think it's the worst event of the year for WWE, but not necessarily by just because all their events have been really good this year. Well, for a while.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
So I would give it like a C plus B minus kind of. Um, I think for me, probably the best match of the night was Rhea and Raquel in terms of like one on one, and probably the funnest match was the not the Usos, Owens and Zayn against Finn Balor and Damian Priest. You know, I love the fact that Judgment Day has pretty much all the belts now, and you know, it was a fun show. Even like John Cena, his whole involvement was really good. I'm glad that he's back, by the way, for like the next month, which is good because there's a lot of possibilities that can go with that. But yeah, I mean, some matches were forgettable, like Austin Theory, like tired of Austin Theory. Regardless of like is he heel or a face, I'm just tired of him. I feel like that match was forgettable, but I mean, like I said, the opener was great. You know, I feel like it made up for not having their match on SummerSlam. So definitely they took their time. They gave them, 20, 25 minutes. It was a good finish, good story. And like I said, Trish did take a beating, but, like I said, Becky finished strong. So it was good.
Yeah,
and
I
then
agree.
and we had Jimmy Uso.
That's about.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
that's
sorry,
yeah.
well, Jay Uso.
Jay.
Jay. Yeah, Jay going to Raw. So
That's
now
why they did this, so we don't confuse them anymore.
Yeah.
Jimmy's the more serious one. Jay is the more hype, cool one. I
Main
like
event
that though.
day.
I wasn't expecting that. I
No.
thought Jay was going to be gone for a while, and maybe they bring him back around Rumble to kind of get revenge.
I
But
love
then,
Grayson Waller though. Him being like, he's like, "Oh, welcome back" or whatever, and then they're like, "You've been gone for 2 weeks, Jay."
Yeah, you've been gone 2 weeks.
Calm down.
Relax. Yeah, so
but I like it.
they were making that announcement. I was like, here we go. Cody's going to SmackDown to go after Roman again. And then they're like, Jay Uso. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, okay. Hey, we're going with the separation. WrestleMania, Uso versus Uso. It's got to be it.
Right?
I think so.
Right? Who else could it possibly be?
Rikishi, the special guest referee.
Yeah, they gave it away in that interview. We'd like to fight each other. Our dad as a referee. They gave it away. Stop fucking giving interviews like that. We don't want to hear that bullshit anymore. I want to be surprised. I want kayfabe to be alive just a tiny bit, please.
It's buried 20 feet deep. It's never.
I enjoyed. I was so happy in the tag match when they put on fucking Penguin jerseys. I was like, please let them get their asses beat now.
Corey was hyped the whole night, man.
Stupid Penguin jersey. I was like, please let them get beat now. So Dirty Dom and Mommy did their job, and I was very happy. At least Finn Balor got some kind of title.
Hey, first Grand Slam finally.
Yep. Him and Shinsuke both said deserved titles last night, and at least one of them got it. So,
but I don't know if you noticed, but I feel like they're still teasing the Damian and Balor.
Oh yeah,
because there was moments in the match where Finn's like, "Oh, do that," and then he's like, "Okay," kind of like that. It's like I said, now that they won the tag titles, now it just makes it more intriguing. So definitely down the line, I think it's gonna happen. And I think it's definitely going to happen with Finn. Somehow Finn's going to get involved. I mean, he's been wrestling Rollins so much the last 2 months on house shows and also like on TV that it's like at this point, if he doesn't beat him, it's just like, what's the point?
Exactly.
Like Finn, I don't know why Finn can just beat him clean.
I thought he should.
It's not gonna hurt Seth. You know what I mean? Like Steph's already, he can do no wrong. Steph's at the point now where he can. If he loses, it doesn't matter. If he wins, it doesn't matter.
Well,
so as long as he has a great match.
All of last year, he had the most losses, I think. And did any one of us bat an eye? No, because it's Seth freaking Rollins. He still put on a good match. Whenever he won, it was
he is right now. I don't know what you guys think, but he is the best all-around worker in the business right now. There's no one else that does what he does.
I can put up with that. And he's there every week, especially if this. This back thing is not, it's real. So yeah, I give him a lot of fucking credit for that too. Yeah. 2 years he's been wrestling with this bullshit. So definitely good for him. And yeah, I like to see that also. What's next? What's the next? Oh, Fastlane is next.
No, isn't it the Indian one?
Yeah, Fastlane. Isn't it Fastlane? I saw the attraction last night in Indianapolis.
In October?
Something like that. So that's another bullshit one. Paybacks, Fastlanes, they're all crap.
Yeah, you're right. It is Fastlane. But wait, when is there like the one that John Cena is supposed to be at?
That's in India.
It's in India. Yeah, I don't know what that one is. That means the Great Khali is going to come back and win the title. Beat fucking Roman.
He's gonna fight the other Indian guy from AEW.
Fuck yeah, that
The
monster.
tall one.
Fuck, they breed monsters over there. So what the hell's going on?
Christ.
That guy's a huge asshole.
Superstar spectacle. 1 second, guys. I'm doing
There
my
you go.
research.
Do your research. Yeah, because he came back from India. Cena. He wants to go to India. I don't know who wants to go to India. I had to do it again.
So it's actually next week, September 8th.
Oh, okay.
Shit, that was quick.
It's on a Friday.
Oh, so it'll be like like a Super SmackDown, but it's just gonna be in India.
Like Friday at 11 a.m. or whatever.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So right now they have 3 matches. They have John Cena and
So
Seth.
30 matches?
3.
Oh,
Yeah.
what is this?
Yeah, they have Cena and Rollins versus Imperiums, Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci, Rhea Ripley versus Natalia for the 17th time,
That's a squash.
and then Damian Priest and Balor versus Indusher, Sangha and Veer Mahan. Veer Mahan is making for the. Oh, they're gonna lose it to these guys.
You're gonna lose to the Indian team.
They're gonna lose it to Veer Mahan and Sangha.
Veer Mahan, has he debuted yet? It's been like 3 years.
No, yeah. Oh my god, you're
Veer
gonna lose to
Mahan.
the Indian guys already?
I think so. Wow, that would
That's
make
crazy.
sense. Put the belts on them.
But
then
they'll
you
never
then-
be
into
defended.
Judgment Day.
And then Judgment Day will break up because of that.
Remember, Judgment Day, it's been what, now 3 years of barely, they get over a little bit and then they get pushed back down, then they go over and then they go push back down. So it just makes sense.
It does make sense, actually. Oh my god, they're gonna lose to these 2 idiots? Well, you gotta throw when the country's throwing $1 billion at you. I guess you gotta give them one match.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you guys got anything else to talk about? Punk.
Well, we have All Out. There's a couple more
Yeah.
matches that were added.
Oh yeah, I wanted to ask you another question too. I'm sorry. Well, go ahead. Go with the match, and we'll talk about it.
Is it about AEW or WWE?
AEW.
Okay, so All Out, we have a couple more matches that were added yesterday because TK likes to add matches all last minute. So we have 3 on the pre-show. We have Athena, Mercedes Martinez, and Diamante versus Hikaru Shida, Willow Nightingale, and Sky Blue. That's Bert's girl there in a 6-woman tag team match.
Mercedes, Sasha Banks.
No.
No, she's hurt.
oh.
She can't wrestle right now.
Oh.
She literally has a brace on.
Mercedes
like a
Martinez.
boot on.
She was in WWE.
I just heard Mercedes. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot that was her name.
Yeah, so then there's an over the budget battle royal. There's no contestants as of this point. And then we have the Acclaim and Billy
Against,
Gunn with Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, against Jarrett's crew.
Yeah, Jeff Jarrett, Singh, and Jay Lethal.
Why does
So-
Jeff Jarrett continue to fucking function in a wrestling company?
I saw
People love him. I don't know why.
there was a meme on Twitter where it said, "Oh, Punk is out. There's only one man that could save Collision. It's Jeff Jarrett." God,
Why is he still there? The guy's 70 years old. Let him go, man.
I mean, he's still in good shape. He still go.
I'm telling you, when I went to AEW, that it was over here back at earlier in the year. I don't understand that people were chanting for Jeff Jarrett, and he was fighting Orange Cassidy, and I'm like, what are they doing here?
You know, it's like he's been doing it for a while, man. He knows what he's doing.
This is why Double J doesn't go away.
Doesn't go away.
Slapping nuts over here, cheering
Yep.
him on. So those were the pre-show. The main card only had 1 edition, and we sort
is
of
huge.
alluded to it, but we didn't really because we didn't know that it was not going to be Ricky the Steamboat Dragon, but another dragon. And that is Bryan Danielson returning to fight Ricky Starks in a
That's
strap match.
That is awesome.
And
He
I
came
don't-
back.
That might be the main event,
no, well, we
or it could be the opener. Who knows?
it'll probably be. I think it'll be in the middle.
Or the mid.
I think we.
I love that whole segment was great because I feel like Ricky Starks is so underused. I feel like he should be in a higher position than he is in AEW. Like
Well,
in terms of like,
he can't because Jeff Jarrett's taking his place.
And
no,
because
but I'm
then
serious. Like that
CM Punk,
reaction,
gets
like
suspended.
he has the look. He has a great theme. He cuts a great promo. Like his promos are really really good, and he's good in the ring. And like I said, he came out. He had a great reaction last night. And look, even though it was supposed to be Punk, whatever, Brian Danielson is, if not
Right.
an equal replacement, if not better. And I feel like those guys are going to tear the house down. Because I wasn't even thinking about it until like Steamboat was like, "Oh, I'm not the only dragon." I was like, "Oh yeah, duh." And it's like he comes out. I'm like, "Oh, that's perfect."
Yeah, that's
and I
the
feel
same
like
thing.
that's going to be a great match.
Now he came out all smiling and happy. Is he going to be a face, or is he still going to be in the?
Because Stark is kind of like a tweener. He's
Yeah.
He's trying to be a heel technically, like in the book, but he gets a face reaction.
Because Daniel's had his shit jacket on, his shit pool fucking jacket on. So,
Yeah.
but he was all smiles though. So, like I said, is he
Well,
good? Is he
I
bad?
think the BCC are face 2 now, right? Or no?
No, because when they fought Best Friend and Orange Cassidy,
Oh,
so they
yeah,
wouldn't
true.
be faces. So I don't know. I mean, it's normally hard to come back and not get like a face reaction.
Yeah, it's
and
hard for him to be not get a face reaction too.
Yeah. But have you guys actually seen this AEW history with strap matches?
No.
That after them, it's never like been a good thing. I forgot what was the first one, but one of them in particular was Brody Lee versus Cody Rhodes,
That
and
one I remember.
that was Brody Lee's last match. They did CM Punk and MJF, and after that was CM Punk, Hangman Page, and all that other bullshit went off, and now he's fired. And there's like 2 other matches I think that they listed that they've had the strap match, and it just something bad happened after that.
They're cursed for strap matches.
Yes.
Oh God. I don't know. I can't wait to see what happens with this guy. I can't wait for this guy's fight. It's not out yet, right? Let's just check that real quick. What's he? Sports Illustrated?
It'll be trending on Twitter if it comes out, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's give it a real quick.
He might just send a fucking video too. Just be like, "Oh, here, I'm gonna give you 10 minutes of what my thoughts are."
Are you think it's gonna be like pipe bomb?
I think
I don't
so.
know. It could be. Like I said, if he's really not coming back, there's no reason why he should not say
Everything.
He's like, "Oh, like the elites are a freaking piece of shit. They're not running a company. Locker room is soft. All that stuff." So
This thing says backstage reaction to CM Punk fired. It's saying everyone's happy, not that he got fired, that it's fucking over.
yeah,
That's what they're saying. It's over. It's done. Let's focus on the company. Let's get this shit going. Which is, was what they should have been doing a year ago.
yeah.
So, all right, guys. Unless something major happens, and we got to do 3 in a row, I guess that'll be doing it for tonight. Tonight is all out, right? Out, in and out.
Yep, all out.
All that.
It's on Bleacher Report. It's on cable. It's on wherever the hell you want to watch your shit. I said, unless something major happens tonight, we'll see you guys next week sometime, or we'll see you tomorrow if something major happens. Because it is Labor Day, so I am off. I can do another show tomorrow. I have no problem doing that.
Same.
So, Gil, any final words?
No, let's see what happens. Hopefully, all out's a good show.
Mr. Dave?
Just everyone know I'm a Coca-Cola guy. Leaving it at that. Boom.
Well, there's one thing that this show tonight will not be.
What will go down as the biggest night in the history of this grand sport?
That's not. I guarantee. That I guarantee. But it should be interesting tonight to see the reaction of the crowd and all that stuff. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching us 2 days in a row. We set a precedence here, baby. I'll go every day. I'll do this shit every day. I don't care anymore. I'm crazy like that. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. We'll see you sometime next week. Eric Zen is lurking in the weeds. He's in the basement like Mankind right now, trying to get his way out. Hopefully he'll figure it out one of these days. we'll get
He's
back
in
to.
the he's in the Dungeon of Doom area.
He's in the
where
dungeon.
Hogan went.
He is. That's what he kept saying. There's no hope for maniacs here. It's hot. It's not hot.
It's not hot.
This water's wet. Say what?
What?
All right, I can't get into that. That'll be a whole other half hour. All right, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Catch you later.